Hi everyone. I'm just waiting for people to come so we can start. So guys, I'm just waiting for people to come so that we can start, and I'm going to explain all the beginner mistakes, right? So hi everyone, welcome back to live. Today we're going to fix the most common crochet mistakes beginners make. If your project looks uneven, too tight, or too loose, or maybe it loses shape, and then you're in the right place, because that's what we're going to be talking about today. So grab your yarn and your hook and let's fix those together. So we are going to, so if you just joined this live, my name is Lorraine from Crochet Crafts. I've been crocheting for years, teaching beginners how to make, beautiful projects. And today I want to help you fix, these mistakes before they become habits. Okay, so I would like you to type in the comments and tell me where you're watching me from, and are you an absolute beginner, or have you been, have you tried crocheting before, stuff like that. So let's chat in the chat section. And also, you can just say hi. Okay, so we are about to start with mistake number 1, right? Which is too tight. Too tight chains that are very too tight. So I want you to look at this, because I made this chain so that I can show you how tight chains looks like and how difficult it is to work into them. So as you can see, these chains are very, very tight, and can you see that? They are very, very tight, and they're you struggle. The reason why your chain shouldn't be too tight is that you'll struggle to work into them, right? Like for instance, to just like insert your hook like so, right? It will be very difficult to do that. You'll be able to, but you, like I said, you struggle, right? So that's mistake number 1 beginners always make. So to fix this mistake, I'm going to show you how to easily chain your chains without making them too tight. Okay, so first we make a slip knot. That's how we start most of the crochet projects, by making a slip knot, right? And then you hold your yarn lightly in your fingers like so, right? You can hold the yarn whichever way you're comfortable holding your yarn, but make sure it's that it's very loose. So as you can see, I wrap my yarn around my finger and over my ring finger there, like so, and then hold it like so. So just do what's comfortable for you, but make sure you are holding it very loose, not too tight, right? Not too tight, not too loose. It must be in between. So wrap So next we're going to wrap our hook around the yarn, like our yarn around the hook, not the other way around. So like so, and very loose, right? So you go like this, very loose, and then you pull through, not too tight, just pull through like so. So you have to pull gently, not too tight. Okay, like so. And yarn over, not too loose, not too tight, so that you can work into those stitches easily without having to like struggle to get your hook in there. Right, like so. And so. Okay, so, and then going back into those stitches, into those chains will be very, very easy. Can you see how easy it is to work into the stitches? Very, very easy. You don't need to struggle. So that is mistake number one, and I just showed you how to fix that mistake. So what I'm saying is that just relax your hands as you chain your chains at the beginning, and make sure they're not too loose, and make sure they're not too tight. They are just right. Okay, so you carry on. Okay, so that's mistake number one done. So let's chat in the chat, guys, if you have if you have let's chat in the chat and tell me if you struggled with the chains or anything else. So my tip for the number one tip for the beginner is that the chains should look like a series of little V's, not circles squeezed together. That's tip number one, right? So now we're going to mistake number two, wrong hook size. That's mistake number two. So I don't have a yarn that has a label here, but if you buy yarn, it usually comes with a label on it, right? Check on the label. It will be indicated if you're going to use a 5mm or 4mm or 10mm, right? So if you ignore that and pick another maybe hook size, your work can be if it's thick yarn, then your work will be very, let's say it's thick yarn and then you pick up like maybe a size 5.5, and yet on the label it says 10mm hook, and then you pick a 5.5, and then you realize that your work is very tight and you struggle to wrap the yarn around the hook because the hook is not the right size. So that's mistake number two. And so like I said, yarn comes with a recommended hook, so using too small will end up like your project won't be what you expected it to be. So just make sure you use the recommended hook size. Okay, so that was mistake number two. Mistake number three is losing stitches. So let's look at this. I don't know if you have been crocheting and then you realize that as you crochet, let's use this as an example. So I'll crochet here, right, and then into the next stitch, and then 10. And then I don't know if you've noticed that whenever sometimes when you start with 8 stitches, you end it up, maybe you do like 10 rows and realize you now have 4 stitches. So that is the mistake we're trying. That is mistake number 3, losing stitches. You started with like 15 chains, and then as the work grows and grows and grows, realize you are left with 9 stitches. So that's mistake number 3. You are losing your stitches. So how do you avoid losing your stitches? Make sure you use your stitch markers so that you know this is the beginning and this is the end. Okay. All right. So that you know this is your beginning and this is your end, and you always work into those stitches without skipping the stitches. That's simple, right? So that's it. And to fix losing your stitches again, I know it's boring to count your stitches, but it helps. Let's say you start first row, count your stitches, you go to the maybe 5th, 6th, row, then count your stitches again, just to make sure that you still have the same number of stitches, and also using your stitch markers, right? And so that was mistake number 3. Mistake number 4 is uneven tension. I'm going to show you what I mean here when I say uneven tension. Now let's look at this squash I made, right? As you can see, I don't know if it's clear, but I think it is. You can see here there are big like stitches and it's airy, and here they're like small stitches. As you can see, the stitches are not even, right? So that's mistake number 4, uneven tension. So as you can see, some are tight, some are loose. So as you can see, this does not look right. Hi, how are you doing? This does not look right. So to always make your project look like wavy and messy. As you can see, it doesn't look smooth. So to fix that, make sure you relax your hand, right? Hold your yarn with relaxed hands. Keep the loops consistent, right? Just relax. You don't need to to tense up. Just to relax your hand and crochet. When you relax, that's when you use your, should I say, natural tension? Yeah, I think so. Okay, and then you must crochet very, very slowly, very, very slowly. Crochet very, very slowly. Okay. Okay, so that was mistake number 4, uneven tension, and I just showed you how to fix that. Like I said, hold your yarn with relaxed hands, keep loops consistent, and crochet a small row slowly. Okay, there's no need to rush, just crochet slowly. So if you feel like your grip is too tight, try and adjust your, relax your hands. That's it. So mistake number 5, forgetting the turning chain. Mistake number 5 is forgetting the turning chain, which is very, very important. So I'm going to use this to show you what I mean by forgetting the turning chain. So as you can see, I'm reaching to the end now, and so right, I'm on the end there, and then I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So those 3 chains is the height of a double crochet, right? So if you were doing half double crochets here, would have chained 2, and that would be a height of a half double crochet. If you're doing single crochets, you've chained 1, because that is the height of a single crochet. So chaining here at the beginning of the row, that is your turning chain, right? And then you turn, and then most patterns says they mention whether they will indicate whether this turning chain counts as a stitch or not. So you have to look out for that. So let's say our pattern says this is a turning chain, so which means you're not going to be crocheting into that very first stitch, rather you're going to go into the second stitch, because this is already there into that first stitch. So if the pattern says it's not does not count as a turning stitch, then we're going to crochet right in the right in the base of that turning chain, like so, and will not count it as a stitch. That will be just 1 stitch, because we don't see that. This is not there because we are not counting it. It's just helping us to turn. Okay, so yeah, that is the yeah, just look at your pattern. If it says does not count as a stitch, then you make a double crochet right at the base of those 3 chains. But if it says it counts as a stitch, then you don't crochet into that very first stitch. You leave it, then you go into the next stitch, because we are counting that. Okay, so that's what they mean about that. Was mistake number 5, forgetting turning chain. So so also the reason why you must pay close attention to the turning chain is that at the end of it, everything, your work will look neat. I mean, the edges, they will look neat. That is if you're doing it correctly. So I'm going to repeat this. If the pattern you are working on says the turning chain is counted as a stitch, then you chain whatever according to what chain stitch you are using. Like I said, if it's a half double crochet, then you chain 2. If it's a double crochet, you chain 3. If it's a single crochet, you chain 1, because those are the height. That is the height. Because as you know, a single crochet is shorter than a double crochet, and a double crochet is taller than a half double crochet. So half double crochet is in the middle, the first one is single crochet, which is short, and then followed by half double crochet, which is taller than the single crochet, and half double crochet is shorter than a double crochet. That is why we have those numbers. Like single crochet, you chain 1, that's your turning chain. Half double crochet, you chain 2, that's your turning chain. Double crochet, you chain 3, and that will be your turning chain. And always count these chains as your first stitch. In some patterns, most patterns I've come across, they always say count it as a stitch, most of the patterns, but you have to, like, check and see what your pattern you're working with says and do accordingly. So that was mistake number what? Mistake number 5, right? Yes, that was mistake number 5. And what is this? How can I get it as mistake number 5? Okay, so that was all the mistakes I wanted to, share with you and fix them together. So now I'm going to show you. We're going to do a simple granny square together, right? So grab your yarn, grab your hook, and let's start. Okay. So grab your yarn, grab your hook, and let's start crocheting. We are going to make a granny square, and this granny square is I'm going to make a granny square like this, right? Very, very simple for an absolute beginner. So if you're an absolute beginner and you want to make something like this, get your hook. I'm going to be using 4.5 millimeter hook, right? Should I use it? Yeah. So also, like I said, check your label, right? If obviously you have a yarn with you, check your label and see if it says and see what hook you should use. Okay, so we are going to start, and also you will need you need a stitch marker. It will also help you. So we are going to start very, very soon. So guys, if you're enjoying this live, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and let me know where you're watching me from. If you're a beginner, what do you struggle with? Let's chat in the chats. While I look for what yarn I should use, because we're going to do a hat together and show you how easily it is to make a hat with this granny squares. So like I said, you can make a lot of stuff with this granny squares. You can make cardigans, you can make blankets, you can make whatever you like. Okay, so give this live a thumbs up, guys. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Okay, so we are going to start with we're going to start with the slip knot. Right, insert our hook into the slip knot. And we are going to chain 4. So to chain 4, I think this is the easiest method of making a magic ring if you're an absolute beginner. There are 2 methods, the chain 4 method and the one that you have to wrap your hook around the yarn around your fingers to create the magic ring. But I prefer this one because I think this one is easy for absolute beginners. So you are going to yarn over, then you chain, you pull through, and then you pull through again, and then you yarn over, you pull through. So that's 3, and that's 4. Now we have 4 loops on our hook, as you can see. Now we are going to slip stitch into that first chain, and then we are going to yarn over, then we pull through like so, and then we pull through the last loop on our hook, and now we'll be working into that ring. Okay, so we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Now those 3 we did here, 1, 2, 3, counts as our first double crochet. So what we are going to do, we are going to do 2 more double crochets into that ring. So to do a double crochet, you yarn over and then you insert into the ring, right? Yarn over, insert into the ring, yarn over, pull through. Now we have 1, 2, 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. Again, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through. Now we have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and pull through 2 again. So including those chains we did at the beginning, now we have 1, 2 double crochets. Now we are going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we are going to do again 3 double crochets into the ring. 1 and 2, again, chain 2, 1 and 2, and again we are going to yarn over and insert and then pull through. Then we do again 3 double crochets into the ring. Okay, so we have 1, 2 corners, right? This corner and this corner. Okay, so now we are going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and again we're going to do 3 double crochets into that ring again. 1, 2, and 3. So now together we have 1, 2, 3 corners. So we're going to chain 2, and we are going to slip stitch on top of the first stitch. Remember, this is our chains, 1, 2, 3 chains we did at the beginning, and this is a double crochet here we did, and then on top of that double crochet like so, and then we slip stitch. So pull through and then pull through the other loop. That's how you close the round. And as you can see, we have a tail end. So if you want to close that hole there, the magic ring, just pull this tail end and then it will close up nicely like so. So we are done with the round, and we are going to slip stitch. The reason why we slip stitch from here to here, because we want to work into these corners here, into these 2 chain spaces. So where we are right now does not allow us to work in there, so we have to move our hook. And if you have been watching some of my videos, I always mention that whenever you want to move your hook, you do slip stitches, because slip stitches does not add height. It's just used to join rounds and move stitches. So we are going to carry on now into that 2 chain space. We do another one like so, and then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3, and we are going to do our corner. Remember, these 3 chains count as our first double crochet, so we're going to do 2 more double crochets in there, 1 and 2, and we're going to chain 2 again, and come on, zoom in, and then we're going to do another 3 double crochets back into that 2 chain space, right? Okay, so we are going to carry on, and then we do another double crochet there, and then next we are going to, so as you can see, the first one we did 3 chains, 2 double crochets, chain 2, and we have 3 double crochets all into that 2 chain space. So next we're going to skip this 3 double crochets, and into that 2 chain space we are going to do 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, chain 2, three double crochets. So we're going to repeat the pattern, 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3. So as you can see, I've skipped this 3 double crochets, and I'm working into that 2 chain space. So chain 2 and 3 double crochets. Now we have 1 2 3 double crochets of the previous round. We're going to skip those, working into that 2 chain space with the same pattern, which is 3 double crochets, 1 2 and 3, chain 2, 1 2, and back into that same 2 chain space. We are going to do 3 double crochets. So 1 2 and 3. Now we are going to skip these 3 double crochets into the 2 chain space, into that double crochet stitch there. We are going to slip stitch to close round number 2, and again we can't start here, so we have to slip stitch to go to the other 2 chain space corner, like so, and then we are going to chain 3, 1 2, and then chain 3, now this round is going to be a bit different. This round is going to be a bit different because we have a gap here. So in that gap there, we are going to be placing 3 double crochets, right? Everything is going to be the exact thing, but this gap is going to be this gap is going to have 3 double crochets, right? So in this gap, let's do 3 double crochets, 1 2 and 3, and now into that 2 chain space, right in that corner there, we have 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets into that 2 chain space. We are going to, good morning, how are you doing? We are going to chain 3 double crochets, 1 2 and 3, and we're going to chain 2, 1 2, and back into that same. I'm sure you know how to do the corners now. So whenever you approach, when I say corner, I mean it's a 2 chain space. That's the corner. Okay. So remember, we are doing a square. So as you can see here, this is a corner, and that is a corner there, and that's another corner. So in the corner, has 2 chains here, 3 double crochets, 1 2 3, chain 2, 1 2, and 3 double crochets, 1 2 3, all into that 2 chain space of the previous row, right? So now you know how to do the corners, right? So next we're just going to carry on. Now we've reached the gap here, and into that gap we do 3 double crochets, 1 2 and 3, 1 2, let's see, 1 2 and 3, come on, 3. Okay, now we are in that corner. Let's do 3 double crochets. Alicia, can you close the door, please? Would you mind closing the door? Would you?
Mommy.
Mm-hmm. Are you feeling cold?
This one is very, very, very.
So guys, comment in the comments. Can you close the door, Alicia, please?
Mommy, I'm
Okay.
very cold.
No, Alicia, I'm busy. Can you go to daddy, please?
You need to feed the baby.
I don't think she's disturbing me here, please.
Alicia, you're gonna want to talk, you have to come out of the room.
She wants to put stuff here in the camera here.
No, Alicia, he's doing it for work now. You're disturbing her work.
But, Mommy.
No buts. You don't put stuff there. Can you come?
Were you the one who was up in the sky? No.
Mm,
You go live.
No.
Okay.
It's a baby.
Can you come,
Can you
Alicia?
feed baby?
Hmm?
I'm not turn off the TV. I'm gonna turn off the TV, but you're not listening.
Can you feed baby?
I cannot, Alicia. I'll feed when I'm done doing what I'm doing, okay? Can you close the door? She said it's cold. Can you cover her or something? She's feeling cold.
Do something, Alicia. What now? A blanket.
What? What blanket?
She sleeps sometimes.
No. A small thingy. Cloth. Throw, whatever. Hi, how are you doing? Hi, how are you doing? Going well. Okay, so we're going to carry on. So we are going to carry on with the corners. Okay, and then we're going to carry on with our corners. Just know that when you're in the corner, we do um, 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. I know there are people who chain 3 double crochets in the corners, but it's all up to you what you prefer. So we're going to carry on. So this row is going to be a repeat row, and we're just going to repeat till you have the desired uh, square size you want. Okay, but for me, I'm just going to crochet till I have 5 rounds. Okay, so that is the end of round 3, and then we're going to slip stitch on top of the first double crochet we did, and that's it. All right, and then we go into the corner, and then we start another round. And then you realize that as you keep on crocheting, you have um, 3 sets of one set of 3 double crochets in between the corners, and the next round you'll see we have 2 gaps there, right? This is a corner and that's another corner, and we have a gap here and a gap here. So into those gaps we're going to do 3 double crochets and 3 double crochets, and into the next gap you realize you see that you have a gap here and a gap here and a gap here. This is a corner and another corner, and we work 3 sets of 3 double crochets cluster. So like I said, this is a repeat row, so I'm going to go a little bit fast, and I'm going to save this live so that you can replay it. Okay, now I'm in the corner there. I'm going to chain 2 and do 3 double crochets again into that corner, because that's the pattern of the corner. And now I'm in the gap, and then I'll do 3 double crochets, 1 2 3, and again there's another corner gap. Now I'm in the corner, we do 3 double crochets, 1 2 3, and then we chain 2, and then we do another 3 double crochets all into that 2 chain space. Now I have a corner here, we do 3 double crochets, 1 2 3, and now I have another corner here, gap. Why do I keep on saying corner? Gap. This is the corner, right? And that's a gap, so I'm in the gap. We do 3 double crochets. Now I've reached the end. We just slip stitch on top of the first double crochet. Next I'm just going to slip stitch till I reach the corner there, and then I'm going to chain three double crochets into that corner, chain 2, 3 double crochets. I'm going fast, guys, because this is just a repeat row of what I was telling you. So I'm going to save this live so that you can watch it on your own. So now I'm in the other corner, 3 double crochets, 3 double crochets, 1 2 3. Now I'm in the next corner, gap, 3 double crochets. Now I'm in the gap in the corner. Now we do 3 double crochets, 1 2 3, chain 2, 1 2, and back into that same 2 chain space of that corner. We do 3 double crochets, 1 2 and 3. And now I'm in the corner. We do 3 double crochets. In the gap we do 3 double crochets. In the next gap we do 3 double crochets, 1 2 3. And into the next gap we're going to do another corner, into the next gap we do 3 double crochets. Now in the corner we do 3 double crochets, 1 2 and 3, chain 2, right? So here is the gap, here's another gap, here's a gap, no, here's a gap, gap. So which means 3 double crochets, 3 double crochets, 3 double crochets, corner, and you repeat. Then we join there. Hi, how are you doing? Right. And let's carry on. I'm going fast, guys, because this is just a repeat row. So if you want to really understand, if you have just joined in and you want to really understand what I'm doing here, just I'll save this live for later so that you can watch it and understand what's going on, because I'm just doing a repeat row. That's why I'm going very fast. Okay, now as you can see I ran out of yarn, so I'm just going to attach my yarn again. Okay, so I'm going to attach my yarn, see, and then I'll do it again there. Okay. Now we're going to carry on. Okay, let's cut this first. And then we're going to carry on. Three double crochets. Now I'm in the corner, so we do 3 double crochets, 1 2 3, chain 2, and 3 double crochets back into that corner, right? Okay, and then there's a gap there. We do 3 double crochets, 1 2 and 3, and now I'm on the gap again. We do 3 double crochets, 1 2 3. Now another gap. We do 3 double crochets, 1 2 and 3, and now we are at the end. We join on top of the first double crochet with a slip stitch like so. Okay, let me just try that again. Okay, that's a perfect square. So what we're going to do next, I don't want to cut my yarn there and fasten off. So what I'm going to do is get in there, right into the first slip stitch, into the first stitch, and then make a slip stitch, and then get in there again, right, like so, so that the square is it's perfect. And then I'm going to chain here. Okay, I'm going to cut my yarn first. Hi, hi, cool, how are you doing? So there you have it, perfect square. What are you making? I'm making a hat, a granny square hat, a beanie. So this is how it should look like. So I'm going to go ahead and make another one. So we'll need about how many of these? We'll need about, let me see, we'll need about five of these to make a beanie, and it's going to be an adult size beanie. Okay, I've been okay. How are you doing? Okay, so the beanie is going to look like so, right? I haven't blocked this hat. I still need to block it, and as you can see, I'm finishing here. I'm not done with this hat. I still need to finish, but I'm just showing you how it's going to be. And as you can see, I have to weave in all those ends, right? But I'm going to show you an easy way to hide those ends as you go. Don't know if you can see all these ends. All these ends that needs to be weaved in. It's not nice, you guys, to weave in the ends all the time. So hopefully on this one, I'm going to show you how to just weave in your ends as you go. So yeah, this is what I did off camera, right? So let's chat in the chat, guys. What if you're a beginner, what are you struggling with? Where are you watching me from? Stuff like that. Okay, because I'm about to start another one. Yeah. I'm about to start another one. I don't know if I'm going to finish all 5 granny squares here on live, because I don't know. I don't have many. I don't know. Maybe I must just end this live now and be back tomorrow with all 5 granny squares, and then I'm going to show you how to put these granny squares together to make a beanie. So for those who have just joined now, I'm going to save this live later so that you can go back to it and watch on your own pace. So we have fixed the beginner crochet, most crochet mistakes beginner make, and we spoke about tension and how you should fix your tension. And like I said, you should relax your grip and hold your yarn comfortably, not too tight, And we spoke about counting your stitches and not missing your stitches and picking the right hook size. All those are beginner mistakes, and we spoke about how to fix those mistakes. And this was just a bonus, thing. uh, yeah, I'm doing all right as well. That's good. So let's chat in the chat, guys. Ask me any questions. And yeah. Okay, so guys, if you know anybody who's into crochet, who would love to crochet, please share this live with them, because I don't know if I should continue or if I should just say bye to you guys, because I've been here for an hour now. So guys, let's chat in the chat where you're watching me from. So guys, I'll be back tomorrow with another I'll be back tomorrow. So if you want to crochet along with me, go do this 5 of these, and tomorrow I will come again, probably same time. And so hit the notification bell so that you don't miss it, and then I'll be showing you how to put this together to make a hat, and how to do the the ridging stitch and all that. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for being here, and see you, man. You see